EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Murray now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Murray throwing on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down, Murray. And an alley to run. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
first down. It's called. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go, go, go.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Hey, watch the slant. Let her.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 16.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
March 43. March 43.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Check 56. Oh, you got D? Show it up. Show it up.
They'll run on first down. Paul, he'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, here's Murray. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. From 19 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after try forthcoming. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Ravens nothing. Bradley Pinion set to kickoff.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They're not ready for this. They still
2nd and 11. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
43 is the mark. Cut. Go on. Check 15.
They'll look to throw here. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on first down is Murray. Stepping up. Now Murray has it stripped. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. These two teams all tied after one. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Tie it right, tie it right. Three down.
Shotgun now from Murray. And he completes it to Westbrook. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Let's go, baby.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got you.
Now a give right side. It's Paul, and he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Murray now. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go now.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's going to be caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
Right here. Tight end right. Anyway. 4 down. Check 99. Check 99. Home team. Smith. Defense wins championships, baby.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Flush, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Ravens 7.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Pull it together.
2nd and 6. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready. 43. Check, 43. Watch the screen. Charlie. Watch the screen. Mike's 43. We want this. On the ready, go.
Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the double. 20. Blue dog Porkers. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Squeeze. Get in there. Ready, go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
Get that ball, D. Get that ball. Go. That's me. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Here we go, D. Get off the field. 80 weapon. Check. Delta. Six them up, boys. 56. Check, 56. Watch twist. You're out. Twist. Check 3. Go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the left side. Paul, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
I'm coming after you.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Murray now on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He completes it to Jones. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 1st and 10. Murray, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Watch tight end. Everyone got four down. Go. Lock it. Watch the twist. Go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
To the ground and incomplete. Jesse Bates on the coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Yes! 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Alpha. 43. Ready, go!
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They can't hang with us.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get them
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, Frank. 58, the money. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. Bring it. Bring it. 50. Move. 58 Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead here Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we got
the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Murray into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, G. We're pretty quiet. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell make. Now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brings up 3rd down.
Down. 50. Plant. You. 43 is the mark. Check, 43. Gotta do better.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. Paul bringing it in. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
At the 2-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Protein spin.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. Hey, D-line, let's get it.
Bravo! 43's the mic.
Here it comes, here it comes.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa. And the Bucs having little problem in that one. They've just opened the lead a bit further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's go. 6-1. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here's Murray from midfield. The open man is Westbrook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set, ready. 18 gator. Twist.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Cardinals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cleveland Farrell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
That's it, baby. We go work.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Paul, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll keep it on the ground. Paul. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Throwing on second and long. Murray. And now he'll tuck it and run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
56. Mike. 56.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Johnson. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check. Check, hot route. Hot, hot. Wild, 64, weak.
They'll drop the throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
He's checking crowd.
They'll keep it on the ground. Paul, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down. It's Paul, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
At the 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Murray to throw. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 35. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Paul. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he'll get this up awfully close to a 1st down, but by the looks of it, might be a yard shy.
Now 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output That's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Arizona, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign, and they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.